Okay, let's go. Back streaming. So first I have to make a little sound test if the sound quality is good enough. Let me check quickly. Test, test, test. Yeah, it sounds okay. Let me see here. Test, test, test. I think it's okay. Yeah, if you're not hearing me good enough, please let me know. That would be wonderful. Okay. So, let's get into it again. So, I had a longer break sketching walk cycles, and it's a wonderful feeling to get back at it. So, what I have done to get back into it, so I've sketched a little study to get again the feeling of different kind of walk cycles. I wanted to see how you can sketch different kind of walk cycle, and that's also the goal for today and the next weeks, to get more a natural feeling of sketching walk cycles and explore the whole topic around 2D animation with the focus on walk cycles and see what are small details I can improve, maybe also improve the timing. How does the animation look like if I place the each single frame on thirds? So every third frame a drawing, or every second frame a drawing. So these are the experiments I'm doing right now to improve my 2D animation skills. And yeah, so this one was one study, and like here I placed every second frame a drawing, and I don't added a lot of in-betweens. That's also something I could experiment a little bit more. This was another one where I placed in the beginning my first contact pose. You can see it here in the rough phase. So this was the first phase I sketched to try out a new timing with walk cycles. So I placed my contact pose on frame 1 and the other contact pose on frame 9. Then I added the passing position on frame 5. Yeah, like this was the third drawing I made, the passing position, where one leg passes the other leg. Then I added the down position on frame 3 and the up position on frame 7. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Like we have every second frame one drawing. And then the last thing was to add in-betweens. And if you want to have a full finished walk cycles before adding the in-betweens, so you're adding your contact position, your passing position, your down position and up position. And like if you're doing that, like from one contact position to the next contact position, this one, you also have to repeat that cycle one more time. So like we have, if you look closely at this leg, let me sketch it a little properly. If you look closely at this leg now will move forward step by step until it reaches this point. That's called contact position, like both feet are touching the ground. But to finish the walk cycle, you again have to repeat that process and move this leg also again forward. Like that. And then there's the point where the cycle is completed. You don't have to sketch the last, like the last position where this leg from here arrives here, because that was the first drawing where the whole thing started. And that's the point where you complete your walk cycle. And yeah, I think that's a good workflow to start with the contact position. So frame 1, frame 9, then you're sketching here the passing position. Then here you're sketching the down position on frame 3, frame 7 the up position. Then you arrive at the contact position again, like you already sketched it in, and sketch in again the down position, the passing position, the up position, and the last contact position. You don't have to sketch it in because you complete the cycle, and if you let it play, you arrive again at your first drawing here. So that's like the workflow of a walk cycle, sketching in a walk cycle. And yeah, so right now I'm trying to get back into the flow of sketching a walk cycle. And see also what what's also cool if you set a specific focus on one subject matter, you find little details you can improve. For example, I realized how important each little key drawing, each contact position, for example, is, and how it, if you design then, like for example, you want to design a walk where the character looks a little bit more relaxed and not so stiff. Maybe he's a little bit, I don't know, he didn't have so much sleep. He's a little bit more chilled. And if you get that feeling already in your first drawing, in your first contact position, that's already you're halfway there where you want to be with your animation. So each of these single drawings of the contact position, passing position, in the first step, to design them really well and to give you a little bit of time to explore how your character could look like when walking, is a really important step before jumping in and actually animating it. So that's also something where I want to give myself a little bit time to explore different styles, how I could design a character that is walking. So yeah, I think that's also a great practice to improve your 2D animation skills, but also your drawing skills. And yeah, so this was another experiment where I played a little bit with the weight. And also I'm always looking or try to learn with reference or to use great books like the Animator Survival Kit and see what can I do better. And yeah, for example, in this case, you're moving the weight of the character, the masses, a little bit. So here you're making the character a little bit more thinner, and in the down position you make the character a little bit more wider here and play with the mass of the body a little bit. I think that's also great practice. Here I wanted to try to animate the character frame by frame before I think one workflow is to do it pose by pose. So you first sketching in the contact position, then the passing position, and then you fill in the gaps. And here I just started with the contact position, sketch the down position, sketch another down position on in between, and then go transitioned to the passing position and really sketched one frame after the other, just to I wanted to see if it's like, how does it feel to sketch it frame by frame. And yeah, I think also that practice of sketching it frame by frame, you can then, it's a really good way to memorize better like what's coming, like what's like which position follows or comes after the other position. Yeah. That was the other day I practiced that. And here I experimented a little bit to go into perspective. I think for now I will stay in the side position. Then I explore a little bit the character from drawing the character walking from the front position. So I have just some variety and yeah, get a better 360 picture of how a character moves when he walks. But then when I feel more comfortable in sketching the character from the side, from the front, I will do more perspective walk cycles. And this was just like, I was super curious, just jumping in and see how does it feel to sketch a character in perspective. And yeah, I realize it's not really super different. So you're also using your key positions, your contact, passing positions, and so on. But obviously you have to be a little bit more thoughtful of perspective or foreshortening, all those kind of things. When sketching in perspective, it's a little bit more, time intensive to sketch a character walking in perspective. But I think also when you're learning how to draw, that's a key thing. At some point you have to go with your drawings in perspective to just build that visual library. Okay, so that was a little introduction. Let me quickly now. Okay. So, just to get back into the flow, I will sketch a couple more of characters here. So let me use this open space here for now and sketch one more character here. And right now I'm exploring like a couple of different contact positions. Like how could the character look like when he's walking? And also how does it feel, for example, here when the character is leaning backwards with his upper body, or forward, all those kind of things. And I also like to indicate the leg that is behind, so it's easier for me to understand where I place the arms. So if this leg is forward, the arm that is also forward has to go there, and if this leg is backwards, the arm on the back side goes forward. Okay, and for now, really, it's just sketching in a couple of contact positions. Maybe we could do something like that. Like that. And I also like to indicate this part, simple part like this would be the place where the hips are. Sometimes also I like to indicate the knees with a little cross, an X, like that. And the other leg. And it's also cool to see, for example, if we place the upper body like that, like bent like that, you really, so like one option could be the person is really, I don't know, maybe he is a little bit angry, or it's like more old man or woman, something like that. And that's also cool to see, like how can we differently design our character and use those details to sketch in a character the way we want it to be. I mean, we could even do it more extreme and see how it looks then. Like that. Like that. And the cool thing with drawing is like we can just experiment and then see like how does the drawing speak, or what is our first association, or like our thought when we look at this character. And if we place the arms like that, this character looks really depressed. But maybe, who knows, sometimes we need to sketch or animate a character like that. And that would be the way to go. Another thing I want to try out the next days is to like film myself and then try out different walk cycles for myself, and then see and study them and make little animations out of it. I think that would be also a great practice. Okay. Let's do more. And really see like how far can we push that. Let's move this a little bit up. So, like that. So we get here to a point where the character don't look that healthy anymore. I think you really have a back problem if you're walking like that. I mean, he could even point his one arm here to indicate that he has something with his back. And the other arm. would be maybe hanging, I don't know. Or also at this, also here. Like, but just on the back. I think to animate a character like that would be also fun. And it's, yeah, cool to see like how we design the first contact position. We already get a picture and can imagine like how this character would walk. And then it's just a thing maybe of execution and yeah, following the craft of 2D animation to bring that animation successfully to an good end. Yeah. Let's see. Now. What else could we do? Maybe like that. Clean that up here a little bit is always helpful to improve the readability of that drawing. So it's clear that this leg is for on the front and this leg is behind. Like that. Cool. And like even if we're sketching the character from the side, we still can implement some perspective. For example, the character could look like even if he's walking sideways, we can make the head a little bit thinning. Let's decrease the size a little bit so the legs fit properly in the space. Indicate the knees so it's easier to maintain the right proportions. So we get some anatomy problems here. I think this one works better because we should find a way where the body is only sidewards. I quickly fix the color here. Like that. Bring that a little bit down. this one would work better. So really a rough drawing right now, but with this the character would move from right to left, but is looking a little bit to this side here, like that, towards the camera. And yeah, if you have any question, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Happy to answer them. So the next thing I'm going to do is, like, I searched some reference and I will look at some different character walks here. So yeah, a little bit goofy, and see it for now. Just still don't, I won't go in the animation phase, maybe later or tomorrow, but for now still, like, the cool thing, we can go on YouTube frame by frame and see the contact position, like how the different contact positions look like. And I will have open that on my second screen. But if you want to use this reference too, just search on YouTube 50 types of walks. And the other one I will study later, I think, is how people walk. Same with that, you can find it on YouTube. They're all a little bit like fun. I think that's also why the video works. But for now, as a 2D animation reference, I think these works really fine to just study a couple more contact positions or positions of a walk. And something I definitely want to do more is more streaming. I mean, it's not so easy next to a full-time job, but I think I'm slowly getting used to my new job, and I think I will have or find more time, hopefully in the new year, to stream a little bit more. And yeah, make progress in my 2D animation journey and take you with me, and so we can learn together more and more about 2D animation. Playing that while looking at the gotta pee. Walk. Okay, let's see. Okay. And it's also like a challenge. But let me, before I'm starting to sketching, and let me do it a little bit more loosely. Yeah, but when sketching in from real reference, it's always a challenge, like to not overcomplicate things and really focus on the simple shapes. Feet might be a little bit too big, but let's keep sketching for now and correct it later. Let's increase the brush size a little bit. Indicating that this leg is behind. Cleaning up the drawing a little bit. And this arm is also behind. Cool. Let's do more. The next one. not focusing too much on anatomy right now. More like keeping the shapes of the arm and so on really simple. More focusing on the key movement and how can we make or learn more about like a human being moving. That's the focus right now. Looking at different people moving forward. How are the legs moving? How far are they separated? Indicating the ground a little bit. Again, leg that is behind. Using some hatching here. Some lines to indicate that this leg is or not this part of the arm. The hand is visible down here. Cleaning up that part a little bit. Oh, I like that line, so only moving that here. Yeah, so also I don't add any facial details for now, really just the head, indicating it with the center line, some ears, some volumes like that. I think that's great in the beginning to sketch the head and don't lose myself time-wise now in details. Let's go to the next walk. I think that's a more funny one, but also a more challenging one to sketch actually. Okay, bring that a little bit up. I think I also have to make it smaller so it fits on this page, but for now indicating the leg just the knee with a little X, so my proportions are not so off. Like that. And this leg now, that's why it's a little bit challenging to sketch, goes a little bit back in perspective. And when we have perspective, we always have to consider foreshortening and concentrate a little bit. I think it's okay for now, but probably like if this is in perspective, like this space here is a little bit too wide, so not the exact right depth or foreshortening applied here, but for now it's okay. When going in the animation phase or improving the key drawing, we could fix it. And let me know, like in my eyes, this drawing works and you can understand like what that this is going a little bit so that the character is a little bit moving in that direction, just slightly really, and not completely sideways. But if not, let me know. So sometimes, yeah, it's just the case that only you see something. And yeah, thank you. Super cool that you have a look, Berat. Yeah, really would really be cool to talk to you soon. And yeah, thanks for joining quickly. But yeah, long way to go with learning walk cycles. So let's go to the next one. And for everyone just joining, what I'm doing right now, I have on my second screen like different walk cycles and just studying the key positions of that walk and see how I can, yeah, what we can learn from natural movements of a character walking before going then in the animation phase the next days. Yeah, that helps a lot. So to look, even if these are a little bit more funny, to look at these key drawings, for example here, like where are the feet standing, how are the knees bent, what are the arms doing in comparison like to the legs. That's also something like you want to get that natural feeling, like when the legs are moving, like where are the arms. In animation you have to draw each single frame, so to look at real people walking, that helps a lot when sketching people who walk. Or also like here the feet, what is the feet doing in each frame, and learn from that. That's the focus right now. So let me pull off for the next, for example, for this walk here. Quickly check. Open a new layer. And now sketching the passing position. And it's also funny to see like when we're bending the back, we get a totally different expression of the character walking. So it feels different also when you see somebody outside or a friend who has the back a little bit more bent. It already gives you a feeling if the character may be a little bit tired, or like if he has a good posture. Yeah, it already can tell a story about someone. And I think for this one, for this passing position, I will try out different positions of the hand. But let me finish the first one here. This leg goes here. Other leg goes straight like that. Like that. Feet indicating the ground. This arm here is on the back side, and again indicating it some lines. And yeah, again, this one is called passing position. It's one of the most important key positions when animating a walk. And like this leg is passing the other leg. Now, like before, we sketched in this contact position, this passing position, and we sketch now this contact position, but with the legs on the opposite side. So that means we're switching. This leg will now be in front and this leg behind. What we're doing when animating, we can lower the opacity of this drawing here and then sketch over it and just switching the legs and bring that one in front and this one behind, and then yeah, like that. I think you get the point. But for now, just to get the practice in, I will start a new drawing. Yeah, thank you. Talk to you soon. Yeah, really, really, really cool that you have a look. And yeah, we will talk. Forget to speak into the camera. I think I still have to learn that. But yeah, cool tool to talk to you. Okay, let's go to the next drawing. The next contact position. And also sometimes, there's no wrong or right way. You can start to sketch with the head, but you can also just start with the upper body. For me, it depends, like if I'm sketching in perspective or if it's a drawing position I haven't sketched so many times, then I like to, or if it's in perspective, I simply start with cubes in perspective and then I place a character in it. Really, really, really depends, like what you want to show or where you have difficulties with. And if you're comfortable in just starting to sketch the head first, then go with that. For me, it's right now, or even if you're not sure, try it out. Also helpful to indicate the upper body, like to place the center line like it is there, so I know somewhat where my character in which angle he's looking. Like imagine like this is the center line, and to indicate it, or also the upper body where the center line is, really helps to get your proportions right. And yeah, use these little tricks to make your life more easy when sketching, and don't complicate things too much. This leg now goes back, and right now we face a problem I mentioned before. Like this leg goes back in perspective, and we have to find the right amount of foreshortening and depth. Like imagine, like we're sketching in perspective, like that. And like you have this point here, and your leg goes back in perspective, so in this direction, but we want to find the right angle, so it could be placed here, but it could be also placed here, it could be placed here, it could be placed here. So the thing is, if like one leg is placed here, more at the front, it's not really logic, depending like how you're standing, that the other leg is standing here. So that's the thing, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to some degree put the other leg in comparison to your front leg, so it's working. I think the key thing is like someone who's watching this, or when you're animating someone who's watching it, like if the person sees, oh, there's something wrong with the perspective, or the leg looks weird, then I think you have to go again over it and fix the mistake. But yeah, I mean, for now, for the sketching phase, doesn't have to be perfect, but that's something you want to consider and implement into your practice. And the funny thing is, when I'm looking at this, I have that feeling, oh, there's something wrong. But I mean, for now it's okay. Like that. And that's also the tricky part, and the thing where experience will help. Or let me sketch this arm a little bit different, so you will be more quickly be able to fix your own mistakes, to see also when something is not sketched right in perspective, or where you made a mistake. It comes with a lot of practice, repetition, to see that. Like that, cool. Also something helpful to indicate with an ellipse, the ground plane. And it's also really cool to see, like, just the feeling of looking at this drawing. This character feels so different than this character. So the posture, like where you on the side where you place your head, like more in front or more at the back. Also, small little details in each drawing will greatly affect your animation, and that's really cool to see. That the more you draw, the more you explore different, like small movements of the body, the more you can implement that in your animations, and that's super cool to see. That like how you can simulate or experiment like with an extraction of reality and express emotions in animation. That's just fun to be on that journey. Okay. Let's go. Let me quickly check to the next one. And that's also a cool one. I think for now, these will be, let me see. Yeah, thank you for the feedback. I can also show you, like, if somebody missed it. So for today, I think I have to see, we started here just exploring different key positions, contact positions of the body walking. And yeah, like see, like where can we find details and explore the body in movement and see like if the head is more forward, backwards, if the upper body is like, yeah, like how does that feel? I mean, everyone at some point had a day like where our posture was not good, or sometimes our posture is good, or like if we have an important meeting or something, or at work, like we pay more attention to our body language, and sometimes if we are close friends, if we are with close friends, we don't pay so much attention to our body language. And to explore all these kind of things, I think does really help with animation. So yeah, we were exploring that. Also here, that's also cool to see, like, how can we play with the body and how does it affect our key drawings in animation. And I think to nail these key drawings is a super important thing when animating walk cycles, and to give yourself time to explore these different key drawings. Yeah, it's a crucial step when you want to get or become a better animator before jumping in animation. And I mean, like, if we look at these drawings, at this one, this one, this one, we already can imagine, like, how would this person walk? Or what's this like, even we don't even have add any details, and we think, okay, this person does have a problem. Maybe he's a little bit older, like, or has pain with his back, and this person looks a little bit more relaxed. And yeah, just designing like different key positions of a walk is right now the focus. And yeah, also something I want to do in the next days, film myself when walking, and yeah, sketch these down, and then going into in the animation phase and see what we can learn from it. Yeah, really sure. Crimson, thank you for your comment. And you can also check my Instagram channel where I put the highlights on. So if you miss a stream or don't have the time, I mean, we all, yeah, every one of us, we only have specific amount of time the day. So yeah, check out, you can also check the highlights if you want to learn something from it. And yeah, hope to talk to you soon. Okay, for now, I think tomorrow I will go into the animation phase. I will do one more contact position study, and then I will finish the stream for today. Because I also have to go. But it was like, I think my last stream now was like 3 weeks ago or something like that. Or like more. I don't even remember. But I didn't stream for a longer time. Like 1 month, 2 months even, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's really a cool feeling to be back streaming and to have these small little interaction with you, to answer some question and to openly share my thoughts while sketching. That's even helpful for myself while learning. And with this contact position, it's cool to see, because with the other contact position I've sketched, the legs were more close together. And with this one, the legs are really far spread out. And that's also cool to see. That's a realistic way of how someone could walk. Maybe if he is in a rush or something like that, or wants to go faster, someone spreads the legs a little bit more far out. And yeah, it's cool to use like real reference of people, how they walk, to don't sketch things that are unrealistic. I mean, that's also a thing in animation. You can bend the rules or break the rules, but I really like to learn the rules first, or what's possible, and then bend the rules with purpose and not accidentally, or don't even like breaking the rules and don't even understand why you break the rules, or don't even realizing it. I think that's, of course, it's also normal. You always will make mistake and don't see them, but step by step, understanding what you are doing, what you are sketching, learning perspective, learning the fundamentals of perspective, of animation. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a fun contact position. I think I will explore a contact position like that more, like where you have a character like that, and the legs are just really far spread out, and see how we can design that realistically. And see also like when a character is walking like that with the legs spread out so far. Like, then also like timing comes into place. Is the character walking more fast, more slow? Yeah. Super fun session today. Cool. Let me see if there are any question open. I don't think so. So we streamed almost, I think an hour today. The time, that's also a super cool thing, that the time is just flying when sketching, and I loved it. It's just great. I mean, you also have to plan out, or be really cautious with your time. Not always also cool to just relax and sketch whatever you want to sketch, like faces, peoples, environments. But if you want to get better at something and you have a full-time job, it's helpful to schedule a little bit your learning sessions and set a focus, and maybe also plan out, okay, for example, what I'm now doing in the next session, in this session, I was focusing on key positions of a walk. I was focusing on observing and analyzing how real people are walking, and using that as a reference for the drawings. Let me talk more to the mic so you can hear it. Using real reference and see like how are real people moving, and studying these walks. And I didn't even animate today, but to study these key positions is super helpful. And then in the next sessions, like continue these studies, and then also go into animation and sketch out the contact positions, the passing positions, down and up position, and see how everything comes together. And just having or take a little bit of time and have some thoughts like how you can schedule your learning sessions to improve your skills. And what's also like, you don't have to master one subject matter at the first time. Like for myself, I studied walk cycles, then maybe I'm studying in animation squash and stretch, then I'm studying like how to animate fire, and then I'm coming back to walk cycles. So, or also, with anatomy. There's always like where you shift subject matters and then come back to it, or you learn something like on a different subject matter, for example, how you animate water, and can take that information and apply it, like example, something like with the timing when you're animating water, and apply that to your walk cycle sessions. So shifting the focus from time to time is also normal. I think with animation, with perspective, with anatomy, these are subject matters. You will never stop learning more about it. There will never be the point where you say, okay, I mastered how to sketch a human body. In theory, there's so much to learn and to explore, so many details, so much also increasing complexity of the perspective drawings, going into 5-point perspective, if 2-point or 3-point perspective is natural for you or easy. Yes, there's always an option to set yourself new challenges. And what's also helpful, like to think about what do you want to do with these skills. To one thing could be to build yourself a portfolio you can apply with jobs for, or to give yourself personal projects where you use all these skills you acquire or learn and then put them into a project. This can also be a great way to learn and to get on that next level in with your skills. And that's also something that I'm doing. Learning more into animation, sharing that with you here on stream, but also like, for example, on Instagram, where I put the highlights on, but then also starting to create personal projects and sharing that, and share how I use these skills in personal projects. And that's just fun. It's a passion for me. And thanks to I will finish the stream. I think I will again stream tomorrow. And thanks so much for everyone watching, commenting here in the chat. So it was a super fun first session again today. Not sure if the sound was always perfect, but I will check that later and make some improvements. And cool session, cool drawing session, cool live streaming session. For me, it's also good practice to get back into that streaming flow, to see how can I communicate or present a better stream, so the audio is clear, the visuals are good to see, and I can convey the information, the knowledge in a good way, so it's understandable for you. Okay, I think I talked a lot for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will finish the stream now. And see you maybe tomorrow. I think so. Thanks for watching. Bye.